Good afternoon and welcome to this council meeting for the Municipality of Dutton Dunwich. It is May 13th, 2026. It is 5 p.m. and I'll call this meeting to order. Randy, if you'd get started, please.
Moved by Loveland, seconded by Pemberton, that the meeting of the Council of the Municipality of Dutton Dunwich opens at 5 p.m. All in favor? That's carried.
Thank you. And Councillor Dreifeld will give the land acknowledgement.
We will begin by acknowledging historical temporary contributions of local and regional First Nations and all of the original peoples of Turtle Island, North America. We are thankful for the opportunity to live, learn, and share with mutual respect and appreciation.
Okay, thank you. I would remind council of any declaration of pecuniary interest. Seeing none. Next is the adoption of the draft minutes. They were included in the agenda package. Are there any errors or omissions? I see none. The minutes will be adopted as presented to council in the agenda. Randy, are there any items not listed on the agenda?
There are none.
Okay, thank you. On to item 6, correspondence. And the Township of Ramara wants support for a resolution for intimate partner violence. Does anyone wish to speak to that, or one or the other? I'm seeing nothing. Is there a resolution to that effect? Go ahead, Randy.
Moved by Pemberton, seconded by Drouillard, that the Council of the Municipality of Dutton Dunwich receives and supports the resolution from the Township of Ramara regarding the declaration of intimate partner violence as an epidemic, and that a copy of this resolution be sent to Rob Flack, MPP, Andrew Lawton, MP, and the Township of Ramara. All in favor? That's carried.
Okay, thank you. Next on the item, on the correspondence, is Western Ontario Warden's Caucus concerning Finley's Law. That has to do with wait times in the emergency departments. Anyone wish to speak to that? Councillor Dreifeld.
Through your mayor, and some I found it interesting, the resolution that was put out by the Warden's Caucus, the wait times in the average in Ontario, which is scary, 19 to 20 hours on average, which is very high. Just a couple of facts that I wanted to share. The St. Thomas Hospital average is 1.3 to 1.5 hours for our Elgin County Hospital, which is incredible when you think about the the service that they provide, and I attribute that a lot to the work that Elgin County and City of St. Thomas has done in retaining doctors, and the hospital itself is an amazing CEO who's really tuned that hospital in a lot better than it was even 10, 15 years ago. And they've taken a lot of strides in making sure that healthcare is a priority. But as I read and this is just comments, it's not that I'm against this motion at all. I think it needs to be brought forward. But there seems to be a relationship between available clinics for people and what the expectation of a hospital is. And I think they become a clinic, and they shouldn't be. And I think for rural, I think this actually can be leveraged, and I don't know how we would even tackle this, but the leverage could be the promoting of, I guess if you look at it in this way, every shortfall we have in the rural communities and outside of the city, in walk-in clinics will end up in emergency care. That's what happens. Every drug overdose, every situation that it can happen in rural communities or in the city ends up in emergency care. And I think the province, rather than dump money um, into the unit itself of providing with more nurses, it really doesn't help the situation. The arm's length is the problem. It's rural communities even like Dutton, we don't have a clinic. We have so many people now that I know of that will just get in the car and go right to the London hospital where the wait times are astronomical, or they'll drive to St. Thomas. So I think there's a relationship there between um, the care that rural communities, the shortfall that we're living in, and assisting arm's length clinics, whether it be in the city or in rural areas of the province, would drastically reduce the problems in emergency care. And we have to, I mean, we've all sat in emergency waiting rooms, and there's times that we wonder if even they should be there with a sore throat when it could be done by a nurse practitioner at a pharmacy. It could be that simple. So maybe the advocacy needs to change a little bit in how we perceive the problems, and maybe there's solutions that could be proposed in the future to strengthen that part of it.
Okay, thank you. All good points, and I agree 100%. And I've spent time in the emergency, and there are people in there have no other option, so that's where they go. So we could support this and still advocate for what you talked about.
Absolutely.
Any further discussion? Resolution, please, Randy.
Moved by Drillard, seconded by Dreyfus, that the Council of the Municipality of Dutton Dunwich receives and supports the resolution from the Western Ontario Wardens Caucus regarding Finley's Law on Emergency Room Reform, and that a copy of this resolution be sent to Rob Flack, MPP, Andrew Lawton, MP, and the Western Ontario Wardens Caucus. All in favor? That's carried.
Thank you. Just getting ahead of myself here. Okay, on to the consent agenda. We have one item, Western Ontario Wardens Caucus, April 2026 newsletter. Any comments on that? Okay. Moving on, there are no committee reports. On to staff reports. Manager of Roads and Facilities monthly report. Does council wish to question or comment on that? Seeing none. We have a resolution for each report? No,
No.
just at the end. Okay, thank you. On to the Water Operations Manager's monthly report. Wastewater Operators monthly report. This was always the highlight of the monthly reports. No comments? Just for people not seeing the report, I'm going to mention that the plant operated at 111% of capacity in the month of April. A lot of rain, and that's what happens in April. Monthly building activity report. Comments on that? Drainage Superintendent monthly report. On to the Recreation activity report. Oh, sorry. Councillor Drillard.
Thanks. I just noticed that we have contracted a new company for cutting the cemeteries. I know, I noticed that in the report. And I'm just wondering, did we just retender and they were our new hot bidder, or was there, did something else happen?
Thank you. Through your worship, it did go through a tendering process and they were the lowest compliant bidder. They were selected.
Thank you.
Any further? I've been in the park recently and those ball diamonds look terrific. Planning monthly activity report. No comments from council? Councilor Dreyfus.
Just go back to the roads. I noticed, and I wasn't sure exactly where it was, the 401, the Coin Road Bridge is going to remain. That should be, that was been, I guess, dealt with the MTO.
Through your worship, that was our last communication with the MTO. I believe the comments that this council and the administration provided, listing the concerns that we identified, it appears that they've listened, and they are looking at scheduling improvements to that road and to the bridge.
Every once in a while you get a win. Yeah.
Thanks again for that.
I was at the planning. Any comments on the planning activity report? Okay. Resolution, please, Randy.
Moved by Dreyfus, seconded by Loveland, that items on the consent agenda be approved. All in favor? That's carried.
Thank you. And we have a clerk's report, committee member update. It was included in your agenda package. Are there any questions or any further comments from clerk? Councilor Drulard.
I see that they're unappointed. Will you be replacing, I think this is probably best for Councillor Dreyfus. Will you be replacing those members or just leaving it as is?
It is my intention to find new people, and that been working away at it, but at this time I don't have any other names to bring forward, but that is the intention. Yes. Yeah. And I will add to that, we the Economic Development Committee has I guess the advancement of the Economic Development Committee has brought us to a point where we're including staff in our meetings as well. So we're actually changing the meetings right now to a morning meeting every other month, and that way we can include our CAO when needed, and a member of staff, plus Randy does the minutes, and it keeps us organized. There's a lot of things that the county is working on. We have a CIP plan that needs to be administered. And I don't believe the CIP plan should be administered with the committee at large, because I don't think it's the appropriate way to do it. So what we're trying to do is and the other problem we've had is the administering of the special projects. Who does the work? How is it going to be done? What's the appropriate way? For example, our silhouettes, how are we going to install them? We need to be align ourselves with the municipal parks and recreation to do it properly and to make sure it's safe. So there's a lot of components that we've struggled with as a committee. We know what we want to do. We have recommendations for administration when it comes to parking on Main Street, what we'd like to see and how the CIP plan will be administered. So there's a lot of things that we're trying to figure out, but we need staff involvement, and that's where we are as a committee right at this point in time. So we're taking the model of Southold, which I think is a really solid approach. Their meetings are chaired by their CAO. We don't have to do that here, but they have the infrastructure. They have Parks and Rec, or like all the necessary people involved in that meeting, plus members at large from the community. So I think it's what we need to do as a municipality. And in my conversations with Tony, the need for a strategic plan, a strategic objective of the Economic Development Committee is essential, and that's where we are right now. Where are we going? What do we want? And how can we administer it so that we're all on the same page together, and also keeping council informed as well. I think that's really important. So.
Thank you. Randy, please.
Moved by Loveland, seconded by Pemberton, that the Council of the Municipality of Dutton Dunwich receives the report of the clerk titled Committee Member Update dated May 13th, 2026 for information, and that council unappoints Elaine Scott and Angela Bobier as members of the Cultural Heritage Committee and unappoints Angela Bobier as member of the Economic Development Committee. All in favor? That's carried.
Okay. On to other staff reports. We have a wastewater pickup truck report. Was included in the agenda package. Any questions from council or further information from staff? Okay. Pretty straightforward. Whenever you're ready, Randy.
Moved by Pemberton, seconded by Drouillard, that the Council of the Municipality of Dutton Dunwich receives the report of the water wastewater operator wastewater pickup truck dated May 13th, 2026 for information, and that council approve the purchase of a 2026 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 from Disbro Sales and Leasing in the amount of $56,775 plus HST, together with associated auxiliary equipment and costs, including municipal logo installation, lighting, licensing, and rack installation, to be funded from the approved 2026 capital budget. All in favor? That's carried.
Yeah, I wanted to just update on the community cleanup day. It was a very successful day. And approximately 100 community members came out and cleaned up throughout the community, representing 14 teams. They collected 229 bags of trash and recycling throughout our community, which is, I mean, I'm glad it's picked up, but it's obscene that there's that much garbage in our community. And the other piece was that the local public school also picked up about 28 pounds of trash during their own school cleanup and sent that information along to me. So we were, I really appreciate that people are taking care and going out and helping us to make our community a cleaner and greener place.
Okay, good stuff. Any new business? Seeing none? Any announcements? It's been a quiet 2 weeks. Okay. There are no proposed bylaws. I think we're going to set a record here. Randy?
Moved by Drouillard, seconded by Dreyfus, that bylaw 2026-27 being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the municipal council of the Municipality of Dutton Dunwich be read a first, second, and third time and passed. All in favor? That's carried.
Okay, thank you. Our next meetings are before you, and we'll wrap it up.
Moved by Dreyfus, seconded by Loveland, that the meeting of the Council of the Municipality of Dutton Dunwich closes at 5:19 p.m. All in favor? That's carried.
Okay. Thank you all.